What's up, everybody? How we looking? Coach Max here, back with some more Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Last time we got attacked by bandits and learned how to turn back the hands of time so we don't end up dying because of cutscene incompetence. All I can say is this is the first time in a very long time that I actually kind of really want to get to school. So without further ado, let's get it. Oh hey, the little sprite on the loading screen goes in a different direction. I never knew that.
Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages!
Oh yeah, so this is Alois, the Knight of Seiros who came way too late to actually beat the bandits that we summarily dispatched. That's about all we need to know about him so far, other than the fact that Gerald's, well, you'll probably see.
Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway.
How you always thought of yourself. I wonder how Gerald's always thought of you. Again, I'm pretty sure we're about to find this out pretty soon.
Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg, Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
Well, yeah, that is kind of the point of the game, right?
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
Huh. Oh, interesting choices. He is a stranger to me. I'm a bandit. That is correct. Well, Gerald seems to have a bit of a interesting way of relating to this guy, so let's pick this. Oh!
Great sense of humor, this one. Clearly cut from the same cloth as the captain.
Okay, apparently Alois got a kick out of that.
I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you?
Translation, yeah, we're going.
What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seiros.
The Knights of Seiros? They do seem rather skilled.
Hey, it's that voice in my head.
Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
Okay, nice little slice of life intro.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker?
Huh, I wonder how he got that particular nickname.
Former captain of the Knights of Seiros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything?
I don't know. Okay, Knights of Seiros. I didn't know he was a captain. Well, I'm gonna assume I know about the Knights of Seiros because I was paying attention to Alois earlier, so... Huh.
How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
I scored points with Edelgard, who has a sweat drop on her forehead. Huh. Interesting reaction.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel.
You're cool, dude.
Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We're doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Ooh.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat.
He was advancing backwards. I'm pretty sure that line comes up sometime.
Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
I wonder if we'll get to see that in DLC.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
I don't know whether he's being genuine or just trying to be just very subtly sarcastic. Either way, I'm cool with this.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Both good points.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power.
I would figure that being predictable makes you a lacking ruler, if then any of the previous dialogue was anything to go by.
Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Or Claude can get a much better line than me there. Again, not mad.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
Embrace the power of and, Edelgard.
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire.
Oh, they're trying to recruit me. I respect that.
I might as well tell you now. I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors.
Well, if you want to win, you gotta recruit. That's how the big boys do it.
But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
Ooh.
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
Okay, I'm pretty sure we're not picking our house loyalty right now. But where would we like to go? I'm going to assume that this has some sort of impact. Okay, so... if the internet is to be, or at least my corner of the internet, I should say, is to be believed, it's actually a relatively even split. I figure a lot of people are going with Edelgard either because she is a woman or because she uses axes, which historically have not been super well represented in Fire Emblem. Or they're gonna go with Claude because, you know, he's funny and charming and there's all kinds of memes already. So... I kind of feel like the Blue Lions don't really get a whole lot of love. I do know there's at least a couple of people who are actually going with them. And honestly, I kind of like the students over there. And honestly, blue is one of my favorite colors, so I'm going to go with Fargus for now, hopefully. I'm assuming we're going to get to choose our actual House Allegiance later, since we're not even at the school yet. But this is probably going to score us some points with Dimitri. Let's see if I'm right. And it does. Okay, good.
Fargus is a noble and distinguished kingdom, has always valued chivalry.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique.
This is very true. And now we get to think about our wonderful new friends here. Let's start from the top with Edelgard. She is a refined young woman, but I feel as though she is always evaluating me. Now that I respect because that's kind of what you do when you're a leader, I guess. Now what about Dimitri? He seems quite sincere, but I sense darkness lurking beneath. Yeah, there's gotta be something there underneath a very polished surface. Another thing that I can respect. And then, last but not least, his easy smile is striking. But that smile doesn't reach his eyes. Then again, it would be a little weird if the smile reached his eyes, kind of the way his face is. It would look, much more comical and childlike, whereas with the sort of half smile, it gives a bit more of a dignified air. Yeah, I'm overthinking this.
Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again.
Okay, take a nap.
I may be sleeping,
But you may be sleeping. Okay, cool. Alright, we get to save again. Once again, save early, save often. If you like to save early and save often, you should leave a like on this video or leave something in the comment section.
Part 1.
White clouds, great tree moon.
White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses.
Okay, narrator guy does it way better than me. Good to know.
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
Okay. Back to school, back to school.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
You gotta admit, that's an impressive sight.
There it is. Garreg Mach Monastery.
Hello, Hanuman. Hello, Manuela.
Ray is here.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now,
Alright, well, we know he's been here before since he used to be with the Knights of Saros, so her.
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Oh, yeah. Both of these seem to be the same, so we'll go with that.
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
There's something that could be said about that, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Setik. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place, I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
My name is...
A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy.
Gerald doesn't seem very happy about this development.
Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you.
Which he did.
I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
This seems suspiciously like a railroad. But it's a railroad I want to be on.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like fun. Could you imagine forcing Grail back into knighthood of some sort? Just wouldn't work.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
Well, don't seem too happy about it there, bud. I must work here? Well, I'm going to interpret this as surprise and not displeasure, because holy smoke, I would love to work here. As a mercenary or as a servant? As a mercenary?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it.
Very intriguing. Tell me more.
You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right?
Right.
Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor.
I wonder if it's like the Defense Against the Dark Arts position at Hogwarts. It's jinxed!
And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
Oh. Interesting.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
Oh my.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck.
Strategic retreat
And
time!
watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Oh, it's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know.
Hanuman's voice actor seems very familiar. I should look it up at some point. I could have sworn I've heard him in something else.
I am Hanuman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
Well, we do know he does have a crest of some sort.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
Okay, right up until that last point, I was on board. Let's see. We do know something about her just from all of the information that came beforehand. So I'm gonna go with you're a physician.
I look too pretty for that line of work, do I? But yes, when I'm not teaching, I can be found in the infirmary. If you're ever lonely, please do come and pay me a visit. I would love to.
I don't know whether that was the right choice or the wrong choice, but I'm not super... yeah, let's move on.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuel. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses.
Just like the title of the game.
I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the name each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain.
Alright, let's get some explanation hats on, people.
The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next Emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I wonder if it's coincidence. Who knows?
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite. For now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way.
Ah, so I guess it'll be later before I meet my team, so to speak. Okay.
I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids.
I.e. just like pretty much any class or school in, well, anywhere really.
I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
Okay.
I have made my decision, Seteth. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
Are we 100% sure about that, considering, green hair, and he doesn't look or sound? Yeah, let's move on.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
I wonder who this Flayn person is. I should probably find them later.
Seteth, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual.
Suspicious individual, eh?
We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garreg Mach.
Yes, that matter is of importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
Oh my. Looks like our little loading screen sprite is doing a dance. I wonder what class that represents. I can't really tell. Ooh. Oh, there we go. And looks like we have a cutscene. Our first steps into a brand new world. There's the golden deer. And we have the black eagles. And blue lions.
Of course.
Alright, tutorial time once again. Exploring. While exploring the monastery, right stick to move the camera. Plus and minus buttons to zoom in and out. B or Y button, hold it to dash. If you are ever unsure what to do next, look to the left side of the screen. Your current objectives will be displayed there. Okay. So our first task is to accept a quest from Rhea. And we finally have control. Oh my. So let's just run around a little bit, get used to this camera. There's Sedith and Aloise. Looks like they have things to say, so let's talk to them first.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here.
Yes, very surprised.
Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits.
Okay, fair enough. If they can't handle that, they can't handle a class.
Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
See, exactly, you get it.
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable.
At least.
Now, you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Okay. Anybody else here? Alright, so this is an advisory room. Just kind of running around and enjoying ourselves at the moment. And getting just slightly lost. It's kind of how it is with a new game. I wander around a bit, get lost.
Of course.
Not sure how to figure out. Okay. So, first task.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct?
Yes.
To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me.
Okay. So when we speak with someone and they offer us a quest, I guess we get a little pop-up.
May I ask a favor of you?
Alright. Informal introductions. Speak to the 3 house leaders and gather information about the students in each house. The students can be found in the reception hall on the 1st floor and throughout the Officers' Academy. Rhea advises you should speak with every student you can. This might be your only chance to see what they're really like before you become a professor. Ooh, that is kind of important. So yes, I'm going to accept it, and for doing that, we'll get a free sword, a free vulnerary, and some money, which will obviously come in handy. We have accepted the quest. Our mission that we have chosen to accept is go talk to people. Quests are tasks given to you by people around the monastery. Those who can give or are involved with quests will have icons by them. Consult the quests menu to see the quests you have accepted. The icons beside each quest indicate their status. Icons for essential quests are red. So, good to know. When we say essential quests, that must probably mean something story related, I guess. Okay, let's hit the menu button real quick. And we have goals. We can check the roster. And, oh hey, we can actually see everybody here. And we can tell what house everybody's in, all that good stuff. Doesn't look like they have everybody. Let's see what we are. Okay, so that brings up to a very good screen. And now we can actually go around and highlight all kinds of things. So, mystery crest. It might be some kind of crest, though it's unclear which one. Ooh, that is not ominous at all, let me tell you. Okay, commoner class, which is what Byleth starts as. Those of common birth who must compensate for a lack of noble privilege with tenacity. Basically, anybody who isn't a noble, essentially. Affiliation, Church of Seros. And Church of Seros is an institution devoted to the goddess. It both guards and spreads the teachings of Saint Seros. Huh. I am assuming that the others will have affiliation to their respective spots. Let's actually check that. Okay, Edelgard von Hresfeld, Adrestian Empire, Dimitri Holkin Firegas, Leicester Alliance. Cool. Now there is somebody else who is on here. Are they on here? Petra. Okay, well, we know Petra just from some of the other information released from the games is actually not from the Adrestian Empire, but in a group of islands just off the coast of the Adrestian Empire, the Brigid Archipelago, or Brigid Isles, I forget what it's exactly called here. So I guess they're affiliated with the Adrestian Empire because they are vassals of it. The Adrestian Empire, a mighty region dominating the southern half of Fodlan. Its history spans more than a millennium. Okay. So, looks like we've got all kinds of ages, like, you know, Didu here is 18, 17, Mercedes is 22. Interesting age to be here at the Academy. You know, Lasithia's 15 would... Obviously, Lasithia's not the youngest one here. So that's interesting. Hubert von Vestra, 20. So... this makes me wonder something. Are some of these people actually younger in the Japanese version, and they just aged it up to make it make a little bit more sense? Because that, you know, is a thing that sometimes gets done. I don't know. Let's get back to ourselves here. Alright, level, representation of the unit's overall experience, HP... Unit's health unit is retired when the gauge drops to 0. Unit's retired. Retired is just a nice way of saying dead. Alright, movement determines how many spaces the unit can move. Okay, one of the big questions is, what does Charisma Charm do? So Charm raises Gambit's might, hit rate, and avoidance. Okay, the theory was that it has something to do with battalions, in some cases, so since this works with Gambits, we get it. Okay. And then Dexterity affects hit rate and critical hits, affects avoidance rate, affects damage the unit deals magic. Yeah, we pretty much explained all the stats before. Or rather, I didn't do that, but it's relatively self-explanatory. Alright, Authority level 1 grants Might 2 with Gambits. Brawling Prowess grants hit +5, avoid +7, and crit avoidance +5 when brawling. And Sword Prowess level 2 grant hit +6, avoid +10, and crit avoidance +6 when using a sword. So, yeah, Byleth is definitely awesome with swords, and he has a combat art, Wrath Strike, which is +5 damage, +10 hit, still at 1. So, it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so... not going to worry about things too much here. Let's actually go... Alright, so skills... Alright, so the ones with the little plus arrows going up here in the column next to the letters, that means they are particularly good in that. The 3 stars there means they have a special talent for it, even if they may not be particularly good at it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're training people, from what I'm guessing here. Classes, as we all know, to class up in this game, you need to be of a certain level and have certain requirements. Doesn't look like the requirements are met in this case. Oh, I can't actually do it. I don't think we've unlocked them yet. Well, we'll worry about that a little bit later. There's the next list of classes. Notes. Ooh, interesting. Personal history. So we don't know when we were born as the child of Geralt. And then 1180, hired as professor at the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach. Close allies, Edelgard, Claude, and Dimitri. Interesting. We have Professor level E. We have activity points, 1 for exploration, 3 for lessons, and 1 for battle. And we get paid on a monthly basis, so it's not like we're doing this for free. I wonder what it says for other people. Let's see. Ooh, personal history, 1162, born as the 4th daughter of Emperor Ionius the 9th of the Adrestian Empire. Taken away by her uncle Lord Arundel and flees to the kingdom. Returns to the Empire with Lord Arundel and wow. That is kind of huge. What about Dimitri? Born as the eldest son, sole survivor of the tragedy of Dusker. Okay, so that probably must be the reason for the bit of darkness beside the polished, outside. Because when you're 14 and you're the sole survivor of something, that messes you up a bit. Wow. What about Claude? Born as the grandchild of Duke Regan on his mother's side, birthplace unknown. Announced as a legitimate heir to House Regan at the age of 15, and then enrolls in the Officers Academy at Garreg Mach. So who knows? Status. Oh, we can definitely see status things. Interests, tactical scheming, planning feasts. Likes feasts, long rides, archery, topics of curiosity. Dislikes, blind reliance on gods, leaving things to chance, being bound by common sense. Okay, this is probably why this guy is going to get chosen by a lot of things here. So glorious. Alright. I think we've actually looked at enough here. Let's check some of the other stuff. Inventory. So Byleth just has stuff. It's like abilities. We've already kind of covered that. Combat arts. We covered that. Reclass. We can't. Okay. So much for that. Alright, quests. Informal introductions. We can look at that again. Storehouse. We don't have any items. Okay. That's... I'm guessing because we got like something that looks like a fish hook and something that looks like plants and fish. This is probably for stuff we're gonna do later. Guide gives us to the monastery. Alright, so I think since we've actually kind of recorded, I know this was a lot of cutscenes, I think we're just going to go ahead and bring it in for right now. Once again, thank you for watching. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of action in this, but hey, every good journey starts somewhere, and these are the building blocks that get us to where we go. Next time, we will actually fulfill this quest and go out and talk to some people. So come back next time for some thrilling talk to people action. If you did like what you see or you like this game, leave a like on this video, leave a comment in the comment section, let me know what you're looking forward to, let me know if there's anything you want to see, and I'll see if I can make it happen. Kamike promises I'm not an expert at the game, or Fire Emblem in general for that matter, but I will do my best for you if that's what you really want. Anyway, that's all for now. Until next time, take care, y'all.